Hey, all right, Kick Out Podcast, BBC Radio 1 Extra. We are here with the man, KO, Kevin Owens. What's going on, sir?
Not much, just doing the rounds, talking to a lot of people, you know. You guys have been busy too, I assume.
Yeah, well, like, huge weekend for you, though, man. Huge weekend.
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean, what would 15-year-old Kevin Owens say about being able to have a WrestleMania moment with the icon?
Main event, actually. Moment.
It's a moment. I didn't want to say it was, because we don't know where it is yet. It's a moment. It's a huge moment. It's a main event moment. Can I call it that?
Yeah, it's a main event moment, absolutely. Biggest KO show of all time. And as far as 15-year-old Kevin goes, man, Stone Cold was my favorite to a level where it was almost crazy. You know, my room was plastered floor to ceiling in Stone Cold Steve Austin posters. He shaped my career in a lot of ways with, you know, when you watch somebody as much as I watched him, you'll pick up mannerisms, you'll pick up movements, it's almost subconscious, right? But beyond that, I met him in an airport in 2005. He gave me the best piece of advice I could have ever received in my career. I put it in practice immediately, and it helped get me where I am now. In 2013, he put me on his podcast when I was just an independent wrestler trying to get there. And at the end of that podcast, he heavily suggested that WWE should take a look at me. A few months later, I was signed to the company. And then after that, we kept in touch. And one day I asked him if I could use the Stone Cold Stunner as my finishing move, and he said yes. Gave me his blessing. So to say that he had a huge influence on my career is it's an understatement, really.
Was using the stunner part of your plan to get to this moment?
So I will say this. It wasn't, because to me, it was unfathomable that this would happen. I thought he was retired. And yeah, he comes back once in a while to do a little thing on Raw, maybe sometimes, you know, but it was very few and far between. I really didn't think this was possible, but it did occur to me that if he were to come back to do something, it probably makes sense to be with the guy who's doing the stunner. So that did occur to me. I guess in a way I played the long game there, but it was not my, it wasn't my motivation at its inception. It was really just because I felt like I needed a new finishing move. The stunner is the best move of all time, in my opinion. It's so exciting. And it was a daunting task in a way to take it over, because I knew obviously there'd be pushback, and there's been pushback. There's always pushback. Some fans love it. Some fans absolutely hate that I do it. But it's mine now, and I'm not giving it back. So
I don't blame you.
So that moment when you came out dressed as Austin a few weeks back, was that something that you came up with to piss off the audience, the fans?
You know, it's all about just trying to make an impact. And, you know, at this point, Steve stated his case. He said he was coming to WrestleMania. In his video there in the desert, he said he was coming, and that's that. Next time he shows up, it's at WrestleMania. Absolutely. So it's kind of up to me to get people excited about this, as if they needed any more incentive. But yeah, it was just a thing that came up, and I did the best I could. And man, when the music hit for the second time, that was such a sweet feeling.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I mean, you've been wrestling day in, day out for all of these years, but this moment must feel super special. What is the feeling? Is it fear? Is it nerves? Is it excitement? What exactly is going on inside KO right now?
There's so many. I mean, it's all positive. Everything's excited. Everything's glee. Everything's, honestly, man, I think the biggest feeling is just grateful. I'm just so grateful. I'm grateful to be here with my friends. I'm grateful to be here with my coworkers. I'm grateful to be here. My family's coming. They're on their way. I'm just grateful for all of it. It's really, I don't know what to say. You know, it's really hard. Yeah.
You obviously just spoke about how much Austin believed in you. Another wrestler that believed in you was Triple H. Yeah. Obviously, we got the sad news recently that he had to retire. What's your thoughts about Triple H's legacy and where he got you today?
So nobody's ever done more for me in my career than Triple H. It's not even close. I've had a lot of great people help me along the way, but nobody came close to Triple H. He's had my back for so long, from the moment he hired me to the moment to now, you know. Anytime things weren't going great, he was an ear for me if I needed it. Anytime things were going good, he was there for me if I needed it as well. And I always wanted to wrestle him, so it's very bittersweet to know he's not going to be wrestling anymore. We always kind of assumed we'd get a match together at some point too, but I cherish the times I got to team with him in the ring. And the most important thing is doing the best thing for his family and himself. Yeah. And, I saw him this weekend for the first time in months. Fantastic seeing him. He looks great, sounds great. That's all that matters.
Awesome. I've got one last question. Sorry, the internet wrestling community, they're super loud at the moment. Is it hard to kind of airbrush out the things that you see online, or is it hard to not react? And do you even see the stuff that people say online?
I really don't go on social media as much as people would assume. I try to avoid it, and it's not for nothing. There's a lot of good about social media. I've connected with a lot of fans that have incredible stories that that tell me that I've helped them in some way, shape, or form. That's always incredible. But there's also a lot of negative from it. So I don't spend too much time on there, and I definitely don't put a whole lot of weight on anything that goes on there. I really don't have a problem shutting it off. Yeah.
Kevin, we are looking forward to your match.
Can't wait.
We can't wait to see it. So good luck and all the best of us for you.